The room is pitch black, but I like it this way. I cannot tell you what time of day it is. As a matter of fact, I cannot tell you if it's night or day. I'm not sure the last thing I ate. The mere thought of food only seems to add to the stagnant nausea nestled comfortably in the pit of my stomach. Even if I did have the sudden hankering to eat, I'm not sure I could even muster up the energy to actually chew. These sparing sips of water I've taken only because my mouth is so dry. I've cried so much that my eyes have swollen shut. My mouth is parched. My body aches. My head hurts. I need to pee, but I'm afraid my legs won't even accommodate me. I need to get out of this bed. No, I just need to stay right here for another 3 days. I need to cry some more. No, I want to scream. I want to die, I think. The phone is ringing again. I want it to stop. I want them to stop asking if I'm better today. I want to scream at them. Fuck no. My heart is broken into a bazillion motherfucking pieces, and I'm never going to be able to put it back together again. So no, I'm not ever going to be okay. Not today, not tomorrow, not next year, not ever. Don't you see that? As I blindly feel around the nightstand for my phone in this pitch black room to scream just that to the poor unsuspecting soul on the other end, something miraculous happens. The phone suddenly stops ringing.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good in the hood? What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody's day was cool. I hope. Hoping. Hope. I hope. I don't know what your definition of hope is, but I hope. I hope. I hope. It is very important that we bring our dreams to reality. I'm just saying, sometimes I go on my little rants and sit around and talk about things. Some people might say that they are normal things. Some people might say that they are not. But I want to say that they are things that's in my head. Sometimes they just things that's in my head. Did that make sense? Sometimes they just things that's in my head. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully. I'm just saying. All right. So anyway, let's think about this. If there's a possible way that, let me see, I gotta turn this on, do not disturb. Is there any possible way that we can help each other? Is there any possible way that we can help each other? That's my question. Nope, I want to minimize that. So, we thinking about starting a business. Starting a business. All right, let me open my phone up. Thinking about starting a business. So if you're gonna start a business, sometimes you need a little help or need a little assistance. You can do some things. You can do some things on your own, and some things you probably gonna need some help. Some things you may need help on. That's just my theory. That's just my theory. what anybody else think about that. That's just my theory. Every now and then, or for the most part, you might need somebody's help, someone's help, not somebody, someone's help. Every now and then, you might need somebody's help. Every now and then, you might need somebody with a different view on what you got going on than what you have. Every now and then. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Sometimes you need somebody with a little bit more insight than you have, or a little different point of view than you have, because some people have done research on things that you probably hadn't even done research on. That makes sense. Sometimes, sometimes I go on my rants and I just want to ask y'all sometimes, does that make sense? Sometimes I want to go on my rants and see if that makes sense. Sometimes. All right. I got that shared. Okay. So anyway, a lot of times I take and I might see somebody doing something and I might go and do my do my due diligence and research your company or research the business that you're trying to get in, because some things are easier than they may seem. Some things are easier than they may seem. Think about that. Sometimes we make it hard on ourselves. Sometimes we make it difficult. We make it to the point where, it make you scratch your head. And if you've seen somebody else, some very successful person, do something that you doing, then it's doable. You might have to go in and reinvent some of the things, but it's doable. At least from my vantage point, a lot of things are doable. So start your business today. You got to crank your business up. Crank it up. Don't you what you waiting on? Crank your business up. You got to start your business today. At least I think so. Anyway, just from my point of view. What y'all think? From my point of view, I think you should crank your business up today, or as soon as possible. Crank your business up as soon as possible. Okay, Juanita. Ain't Juanita. I'm talking about people starting their business today. We keep waiting. A lot of times we wait and put stuff off and delay things, delay the process. I mean, you don't have to pay attention to the Arab or Chinese, because business is business. Business is business. Some of that stuff we psychologically messed up on because we think that the way that they run business is the best way to run the business. And that's not always true from my point of view. All right. From my point of view, that's not always true. All right. So think about this. You have to, when you get ready to start a business, you have to do a few things. I pulled up 10 things that you probably can do before you start your business. Develop a clear vision. That means you need to define your goals, know what problems you are solving, and the impact you want to create. You got to know those things. You got to develop a clear vision. Clear vision of what direction you going in or you want to go in. And what does your product or what you do, how does that solve a problem, or how does that impact what you want to what you create? What you create, how does that impact people? You know, because a lot of times we start these businesses and we trying to solve an issue. We're trying to solve an issue. We're trying to say, okay, people need this. People are lacking this. People need this particular service. Sometimes people need a particular service. I'm just saying. Just think about that sometime. What are you starting? Are you starting something to solve a problem? What's the impact? What is the impact going to be? You know, you can start something and say, when I do this, this is where the industry going to go to. This is where I'm going to take my audience. This is where I'm going to take them to. You know, Roosevelt said the black family need to help each other. Yeah, we've been knew that. That's old. We already knew that. They've been knew that. You just have to act on it. You know, some things you cannot do for free, because if you have an overhead, then you can't do it for free. You can't just go in there and just give your product away. You have to hype it up like it's some sort of luxury brand product. Whether you're doing real estate, maybe you're selling books, but you got to hype it up as if this is the best book you can get. Once you read this, it's going to change your life. So, step number 2. Well, let me say, when I said develop a clear vision, you also have to create a vision statement to guide your decisions. Okay? Create a vision statement saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. This is what I'm going to do next. You have to have a order in which what you're going to go in. All right. So step number 2, what you should do is conduct market research. Conduct some market research. Conduct some market research. Think about that for a second. Conduct market research. Understand your target audience, industry trends, and competition. You got to understand those 3 things. Your audience, the industry trends, and your competition. Understand those. Then identify gaps or opportunities in the market. So that goes back to what I was saying before. You have to do your market research. You have to when you figure out what kind of problem you are solving. What is the impact going to be by doing business with you? What's the impact? It has to have an impact, or it has to have some results in order for your business to go where it needs to go. All right, conduct market research. You have to do that. Okay, first, what I say, develop a clear vision, conduct market research, understand your target audience, industry trends, and competition. You have to do your research on that. You know, what audience am I trying to get into? Who am I trying to get to buy my product? I got to find the audience. Your audience can be 21 to 45-year-olds. Then you got to figure out what's the trends. Okay, they did this last year. So this year, this is where the market is going. You got to catch it and watch it and read it and pay attention to where the market is going. Then you got to figure out where and who is your competition. You got to figure out who's the competition. Where's the competition coming from? These are the people over here who is my competition. If you're doing clothes, your competition should be Dior and LV. Not the local individual. You want to go to the top and figure out what they doing. How are they being impactful? We got to figure that out, all that out. Figure out, why are they impactful? Can we figure that out? All right, so that's conduct market research. Then say, create a solid business plan. Outline your goals, strategies, financial projections, and opportunal. I'm sorry. I'm my bad. Operational plans. My bad. I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong thing. So we got to figure out our goals, strategies, financial projections, and operational plans. And you got to update your plans regularly. You got to do that often. Okay, we got to go make adjustments. Let's update. That's just what they doing. It's going here. By the summertime, this is where the market's going to be. So we got to stay on schedule or stay ahead of the schedule, or even make sure that we are right there with the people or with your audience. You got to stay with your audience. You know, you have to stay. If you stay with your audience, then you know that you're not really losing out, but you got to stay with your audience. Is there a possibility that you can do that? Stay with your audience. Follow your audience. Know what your audience is doing. We gotta know what they're doing. Some people don't pay attention to who the audience is. They just I'm just gonna put the stuff out there. I'm just gonna open up, when it don't work like that. As far as I know, for the most part, it don't work like that. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong. Usually it does not work like that. Please do the research on your target audience. Know who your audience is. All right. And it says, build a strong network. Surround yourself with mentors, advisors, and like-minded individuals. Surround yourself with mentors, advisors, and like-minded individuals. That's the same thing they tell you when you're young. Surround yourself with some good people. You have to do that. Surround yourself with some good people. See how that works. See if your business does better when you surround yourself with the right people. Okay, and then also when you build a strong network, you have to attend industry events, join entrepreneurial groups, and leverage social media. Attend events. Some people don't attend events. Some people don't attend events. Some people just think that it's just gonna happen without doing no research, without doing no leg work. It's not just gonna happen like that. It's not gonna happen like that. You will not be able to pull it off like that. Just thinking it's just gonna work. Just throw it out. I'm just gonna throw it out there. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. Attend industry events. If your event's dealing with real estate, go to real estate conventions and seminars. Go to those things. You know, you have to find your entrepreneurial group that you're comfortable with, that you can go and exchange ideas and have dialogue. And then you have to be up on top of your social media. That means that's one of the new forms of marketing is social media. All the platforms have a section or a part of the company that does marketing. You have to just be on top of that. You have to be involved with your social media so you can push your product and market your product. That's just from my point of view and from my research. That's what you got to do. Then you have to embrace innovation. Number 5 is embrace innovation. Stay ahead by adopting new technology and trends. That's what I said before. The technology is always changing. We don't have the same technology as we had 20 years ago. Not even 5 years ago. The technology is changing. That's why I said stay ahead by adopting new technology and trends. The trend is changing. The technology, the way to deliver your message, you have to adjust that. And then when you have a product, you got to continue to improve your product. You have to get out there and do your research and get the feedback from your audience. See what the market is in demand for. See what the market is in demand for. You got to go out there and do your research. You just can't just do stuff and don't think that you need to do research. At least I don't think so. You have to do your research. If you don't do your research, then you're screwing yourself. Then you're doing yourself a disservice. K-Rob in the building. Then you're doing yourself a dis. Oh, that might be too loud. Wait a minute, bucko. So you got to do your research. What was I at? Okay. I did embrace innovation. Okay, let me go back to the top. So we got to develop a clear vision, conduct your market research, create a solid business plan, build a strong network, and you have to embrace innovation. Then you have to learn financial management. You got to understand, you got to learn the cash flow. You got to learn budgeting. You got to be aware of your financial forecast. You know, y'all watch the weather. You know what the forecast is, a prediction. You got to be able to predict on where your financial cash flow of where your budgeting, how is it going? You got to do a financial forecast. Oh, I project, okay, we made $1.5 million last year, so this year we're gonna make $6 million. We're projected to make $6 million. Then you got to keep the costs under control while investing in growth opportunities. Keep the costs under control. Make sure that you pay attention to the money that you got going out. Keep the costs under control. Don't just, somebody said it's $500 to get this product, but then you didn't do your research and then find out that it was only $400 somewhere else. I mean, you can't jeopardize your quality. If the quality is the same or similar, then yeah, you might want to go with the least expensive one. Some people jack the price up on product only because of the hype around it. Sometimes it's the same product. Okay, then you have to stay resilient and adaptable. You know, because you got to expect challenges and learn from your failures. You got to expect challenges and learn from your failures. Sometimes your failures are your best lessons. Sometimes those are great lessons. Man, I fell off, but I got it. I got it now. I think I got it. Sometimes that happens. Expect challenges and learn from failures. Okay, and then it says stay flexible and be willing to pivot your strategies when necessary. You know that you got yeah, you can come in, K Rob. You have to be able to expect challenges and learn from your failures, stay flexible and be willing to pivot your strategies when necessary. We might have to change directions in the middle of the game and go this other direction, so we have to be able to pivot and stay flexible. But you sit now. We got to go over here. This is where we got to go. We still headed over here, but we have to go here first. Let's go and take care of this first. This is gonna make sure that when we get to that next level, we good. And that's it. That's the stay resilient and be adaptable. Okay, and then you have to focus on customer value. Focus on the customer value. Prioritize customer satisfaction by delivering quality product and service. You got to make your customer the priority. You work for them. They don't work for you. You work for them. Prioritize that. Make sure your customers are good. Prioritize customer satisfaction by delivering quality products and services. Build a strong relationship and listen to customers' feedback. Because sometimes customers will tell you what's going on. Sometimes them customers will say, no, this is what's going on. This what I'm getting when I get your product. Or this is what I get when I use your services. Just adjust yourself. That's all. Become adjustable. Make sure that you are adjustable. All right, let's see. Where we at? And then leverage marketing and branding. So what we're doing is build a recognizable and authentic brand. Build a recognizable and authentic brand. Think about that. Somebody come and for your service or your name or something that you're doing, you a brand. Build a recognizable and authentic brand. Then you have to utilize digital marketing, social media, and content strategies to reach your audience. You have to do those things. Digital marketing, social media, and content strategy. Ain't no way around it. Sometimes there's no way around it. I don't know if you knew that. Sometimes there's no way around leverage your marketing and branding. Leverage your marketing and branding. Then number 10, you gotta develop leadership skills. Lead by example. Inspire your team, and foster a positive culture. You have to lead by example. Sometimes people act a fool in business because the boss acts a fool. Oh, I don't care. Let's just get this money. Then your workers, your employees won't care. Lead your team. Inspire your team. Make sure your team good. Sometimes you got to go and have them conversations with your team. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? How the family doing? How everybody doing? Some people might say, oh, everybody doing okay. We good. My sister just had this surgery or whatever. We good though. Sometimes you have to just do the research, and you have to be good to your people. Make sure that your people skills when it comes to your employees and the people who you do service with, make sure that they good. Everybody good. You got to make sure that everybody good. That's just from my point of view. And then from a leadership point of view, you got to continuously improve your communication, decision making, and problem solving abilities. Those are developed leadership skills. You have to do those things. If you want to create or have a successful business, you have to do those things. So here they are. You have to develop a clear vision, conduct market research, create a solid business plan, build a strong network, embrace innovation, learn financial management, stay resilient and adaptable, focus on customer value, then leverage marketing and branding. And then the last one is develop leadership skills. And if you do those things, you should have a successful business. You should be able to have created a successful business. You should have been able to develop a successful business. Facts. These are facts. Do your research. These are facts. Maybe you can learn from it. Maybe you won't learn. Maybe you got your own strategy, but you have to understand your audience. You have to be able to create this relationship with your audience and with your employees that makes a better work atmosphere, if that makes sense. Make it a great work atmosphere. At least that's what I think. What y'all think about that? Hopefully that help y'all or help somebody. Hopefully. Hopefully that helps somebody. But first of all, hopefully y'all could hear me, Hopefully I was clear enough. So I try to what I try to do is just give people whatever information I can give. I'll do the research on it. I find it, I'll share it. So that falls under how can we help each other? How can we help each other? I'm trying to help you because I know you got it. You got it. You just got to do it. All right. So that's my time. I had a ball. Thanks to y'all. I appreciate y'all. And that's about it.
I hear a lot of people say that, I have a photographer that can capture the shot that I need. But when they see the images in which we have, it's almost like, why go anywhere else? When you want the right shot, come to the best. 5-star production.